It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. We'll watch the visiting squad as they go up against the Toronto Raptors. So for Toronto, their last game, a loss to the Celtics. This is a big game coming up for them. They've dropped their first two games, and the last thing they want to do is open the season 0-3. That is not the way to tip things off. For a few seasons now, we've seen the Raptors find a lot of success in the regular season, but they really have trouble making a postseason run. Why is that, Jet?
Well, they rely a lot on their perimeter players, and that could be dangerous because sometimes, perimeter shots can be off. And then they really don't have a defensive stopper, Ernie.
We all know they play the up-tempo game, Ernie, but when it slows down in the postseason, it's harder for them to adjust. Until they learn how to adjust, they're always going to lose in the first or second round.
And now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan. Tip-off approaching. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Well, it was the Toronto Raptors in their last game, a loss to the Celtics.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Big Smooth out there with Fresh. Then there's the Professor. Then there's the Professor. And it's D in at the one spot. Outside DeRozan. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist from DeRozan. What about Kyle Lowry on offense? The last two seasons, he's been absolutely dominant, Clark.
Yeah, he's developed enough as a point guard now to where he really knows how to direct and lead his team. He's not just a catalyst anymore. He's a leader, and that's the big difference I see with him. And his shot has become more refined.
Now here's Carroll. He's guarded closer. DeRozan on the wing.
His aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
and that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Valanciunas, good.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
Pass to deep. Here's the professor. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw up off the floor after that one, guys.
Pass to Carroll. There's a good screen. Lowry for three, and he gets it to go. Lowry's got 5 now.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now the pass to Woods. Here's Fresh. Now recovering. Here's Fresh. Coming off a solid outing against Washington. And the basket good. D's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Lowry has the open look. No good off the front iron.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Fast break Toronto. It's deflected, and that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Valanciunas passes to Lowry. That's good. Lowry's got 7.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Well, last year, Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but, you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
Now, here's Lowry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboard, Kev. That also was a factor.
Here's the professor, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot. They were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
Damn it, Twitch, where's the damn chat option?
And he's good on the second.
God, dog.
Here's Lowry. 7 points in the game. It's stolen, and they're running. Moving it up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Now here's Lowry. Carroll, no one around him. And the Raptors miss again.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Make it two hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, and very tough to beat when they're playing up to their capabilities. That's why they're one of the top teams in the league.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control. And I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Johnson, he's checked in for Luis Scola. Raptors trail by 3. Outside DeRozan. Pass to Carroll. There's the feed to Lowry. DeRozan in the corner. And the Raptors miss again.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question is, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Here's the professor after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Passes it to Woods. Inside, here's Fresh. Great tee that time from Johnson.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. Gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Pass to D. Here's the professor. He's guarded by Johnson. D passes to Woods. Here's the professor. 6 to shoot. Here's Big Smooth. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Johnson, wide open, he fires. And that misses. That would have put him up. It's not possible what we just see. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes naturally to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
Free throw drops for Lowry. Well, getting back to Kyle Lowry, the reason he's always a triple-double threat, Clark, because of his great work on the glass for a guard. Tough, strong, relentless, and committed to getting rebounds.
He's got the attitude of a power forward, even though he is a point guard. That's why he's one of the best rebounding guards in the league. It's his mentality.
Yeah, it smells
and Kyle Lowry drops them both.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a
I don't know
player
what
at
he.
Kentucky. Took me
Tell me
and
what they
hosted me
did,
on my
but apparently it was just the
at
toilet.
Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school
Horrible.
as well.
Like I said, they had to keep the
Here's the
bathroom door
professor.
closed,
He had
but
a 15-point outing
he
in the
opened
last game
it
against Washington.
today. I was like, oh yeah, that don't smell nothing like
Here's
that.
Big
You can
Smooth.
still kind of
He's
smell it.
guarded by Ross.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
As we're talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason.
I don't know what it was, but he said the house been vacant for 6 years, so I don't know what.
6 years?
Yeah.
Who got killed in there?
But once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense
No,
and really
it's
stresses
on my
that
shirt.
in every practice.
Toronto, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are
So I
7
guess
14 for
they
the
won't
game.
play
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
54 seconds left in the first quarter. There's the pass to Big Smooth. D, now recovering. D passes to Monroe. Here's the professor. Back to Monroe. Passes it to Woods. Tries from 16. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. The professor's got 6.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Patterson can't capitalize on the good screen. Gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. D passes to the professor. Here's Big Smooth, who's guarded by Johnson. Pass to D. This one for 3. Good. D's got his 3rd basket of the night.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The away team up by 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And DeMar DeRozan, the star for this Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them back.
A lot of people never really pay no attention to the Raptors. They just look at the Raptors like another team, you know. So when I came, you know, I just wanted to bring that feeling back and the excitement that everybody had for the Raptors.
Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention that Clark, the U.S. teams get. That's just a fact of life that even Vince Carter at his best couldn't change.
And, you know, I don't even know if winning a championship would change that. Quite honestly, even if DeMar won the MVP. Just saying.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
DeRozan at the 2 with Ross playing the 3. Scola out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Joseph in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Toronto trailing. It's DeRozan with the drive. That one wide left.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
To the wing on the left. Woods the pass to D. Scola with the rebound. Toronto with the ball. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him. Patterson setting the pick for DeRozan. He feeds it to Patterson. Hits the close-range jumper. Patterson's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Middleton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's D. He trains it from the right block.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Now here's Joseph. Tight defense on him. Down low, picked off in midair. It's deflected and stolen by Stola. And Joseph kicks to Patterson. Tipped away. Here's the break. Here's D. Drains the jumper to finish the break. D's got 12 points in the game.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is.
Oh, wow. It's a beautiful jam.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm starting
that on me?
to even try something like that at this stage of the game. You know what? I think he thinks
Same person that made me and
going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a
Blame it
little
on
bit,
me.
no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Valanciunas, who's checked in for Patterson. And Amari Carroll subbed in for Terrence Ross.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Screened by Valanciunas. Kicks to DeRozan. No good from outside. Gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And he makes the first. And he makes both free throws.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Raptors trail by 5. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. For Toronto, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from DeRozan. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now, he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league.
In Toronto, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Joseph with the ball, now defended by Carter Williams. And Joseph kicks to Valanciunas. Raptors moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. DeRozan against Middleton, and it's DeRozan missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And he misses the go-ahead basket.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Middleton on the wing. Back to Carter Williams. The pass to Woods. He kicks it to Carter Williams. To the paint. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Toronto calls timeout.
And when it comes to Michael Carter Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, he plays hard, but he's also had some injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Well, going back to Michael Carter Williams, he is a polarizing prospect. For example, Greg, and you played the position, he gives you a lot of assists, but he also averages over 4 turnovers a game. That was just last year.
Yeah, that's true. And he gives you plenty of rebounds and steals as well. But sometimes the shot also, Kevin, not necessarily where you'd like it to be. At times he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. This guy just really struggled. But the talent is there. It's just going to take some time for him to mature. And the jury's really still out on him.
Johnson, he's checked in for Toronto. Lowry comes in for Joseph.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack. And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
That's good.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
Gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. To the right side. The professor passes to Fresh. Here's Big Smooth for 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
And with room like that off the tip, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes it's... shots just don't fall.
Gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Carter Williams, the pass to Fresh. Outside for Carter Williams. To the left wing. Monroe outside. Here's the professor. DeRozan defending. Count it from 12. And it's 6 points for Fresh.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammates. Terrific pass.
Raptors trail by 3. Outside Lowry. And Lowry gets double teamed. DeRozan, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Really a good season for him overall. Last year, when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
D, he's checked in for Carter Williams. He's perfect from the line this time.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
The Raptors have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. To the inside. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Lowry. Johnson's got his second basket of the night. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. Ross comes in for DeMar DeRozan. He hits the second from the line. The Raptors have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. And it's good. And the Raptors lead by 2.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
D passes to Big Smooth. To the wing right side. Here's Fresh, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
The Raptors have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. To the paint, Anderson. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists now in the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here is Monroe. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Outside Lowry. It's deflected. Up in time, and that's not going to go. It's all tied in Toronto. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the number one thing you need to do in the second half to try to get out ahead and break this thing open?
Well, number one is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Kyle Lowry had a huge first quarter. He had 11 points, 6 assists, and 1 steal. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end, because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the visiting team.
Their transition game was really strong. It really fueled them, gave them a big injection of energy into their offense. If they can maintain that fast style in the second half, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
I honestly feel like
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Talk about great numbers for D. He has 12 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. You've got Big Smooth, the professor out there with D. Then it's Fresh, and it's Woods, and at the center filling out the middle. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to Damari Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
The first free throw is good.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
so he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play.
Serious?
And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
There's the bucket, good. 15 points for D.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
And the call will be against D. That is his first foul of the game. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Outside DeRozan. Scola kicks to DeRozan. Clock at 4. Can't get it to fall. And offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. They get it back. And the rejection by Valanciunas to the left side wing. The professor passes to D. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. D's got 17.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Lowry drives in. It's blocked. Tries to save it. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. To the paint. Here's Scola. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And for Louis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
And he can't get the first one. Greg, you were talking about Scola. He has the physical skills, Clark, to make a difference.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but he's really solid in just about everything. A pro's pro, and he adds value, tremendous value to any team he's on.
Corey Joseph's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Fresh. He's got 10. Pass to the professor. Clock at 6. Here's Woods. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Just absolute domination in this one for the professor. 10 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Joseph. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Screen by Valanciunas. And Joseph kicks to Carroll. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And that time, also a missed shot.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Joseph dishes to Carroll. Feeds it to Scola. Screen by Scola. Off the pick. And the shot is good. 8 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Chris Middleton's checked in for fresh. Gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. D passes to Woods. It's stolen by DeRozan. The dish to Joseph. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. He feeds it to Carroll. And Joseph kicks to Valanciunas. The rebound by Middleton.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
D passes to Big Smooth. Shoots from 12. And that's off the glass and in. Big Smooth got 8.
You know, that's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
Toronto calls timeout. And Toronto has possession, trailing by 5. Middleton against Carroll. Dishes it to Joseph. Screened by Valanciunas. 5 to shoot. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Here's D. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. D's got 19 points. Raptors trail by 5. To the right side. And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas, and he makes good on the layup. Valanciunas has got 8.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard. Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Screen by Valanciunas. Now here's Joseph. D right on him. To the middle. It's tipped. Outside Scola. Here's Valanciunas. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Patterson, he's checked in for Scola. Johnson comes in for DeMar Carroll, and it's Ross in for DeMar DeRozan. Both shots good from the strike. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him. Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Patterson dishes to Valanciunas. Rebound by Monroe.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Pass to the professor. Here's the professor, guarded by Valanciunas. Here's Big Smooth. The shot no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way.
You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
The Raptors have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Joseph. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the Raptors. And Joseph drops them both. There's 1:26 left to play here in the third. Pass to Monroe. Here's Big Smooth. Patterson defending. Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. The Raptors in second.
Collectively, I mean, they had an amazing year at the free throw line. Sometimes free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everyone on their team had the hot hand.
First free throw is good.
Check out the game for Big Smooth. He's got 11 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
Both good from the line that time.
Kevin, right now, they're doing a good job at the line. They're hovering around 83, 84, 85% from the stripe. That's good stuff. I mean, that's well done.
It's tipped. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
A moment now to see the numbers for Monroe. Last season, he played outstanding. He put in about 16 points a game last year, 10 rebounds and 2 assists. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
Defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed. That's why he's the team's leading scorer.
Patterson, that's good.
This is what happens when he gets on a roll. I mean, you're not going to see a better rhythm shaker than this guy.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. He pushes it to Monroe. The pass to D. Three-pointer. Shot no good. And Toronto will go the other way with it.
$40.
Ross passes to Joseph. Patterson, the screen. For the lead. The shot no good. Gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Passes to the professor. The stupendous finish in traffic. The professor's got 7 points.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Left side Lowry. Knocks it loose. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. Now Carter Williams. Here's the professor. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The away team, they lead by a bucket. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Scola out there with James Johnson. And it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here's Fresh. Clock at 6. The shot by Carter Williams. Nobody around. Off target with the open look. Toronto trailing. Outside Lowry. The feed now to Carroll. Kicks to Scola. Knocked loose. Here's the professor, and that one's good.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Pass to Fresh. Middleton on the wing. The pass to the professor. He kicks it to Carter Williams. Pass to Fresh. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. It's deflected. They get it back. And he gets it to go. DeRozan's got the game tied up here for Toronto. Here's the professor. Middleton on the wing. Here's the professor. DeRozan defending. Here's Fresh. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Lowry kicks to Johnson. Outside DeRozan. Another miss by DeRozan. But he recovers it to take the lead. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Carter Williams with it. Lowry picks him up. The professor passes to Fresh. Carter Williams against Lowry. 6 to shoot. Here's Woods. Makes it off the glass. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. And the Raptors call time here. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
To the wing on the left. Here's Big Smooth. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That free throw, no good.
He's only got half of the equation right, Kevin. He's getting to the free throw line often, but he's not making enough of them.
And he's good on the second.
He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now.
To the middle to take the lead, and Valanciunas with the layup. And the Raptors lead by 1. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. Now here is Lowry. He's guarded closely. Feeds it to Carroll. Back to Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. Can't get it to go. Now 6 of 12 from the floor.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge and rebounds so far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Outside DeRozan. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Good on the three-point shot.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
D passes to Woods. D now recovering inside and stolen by Scola. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. DeRozan leading the charge. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Toronto.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. D passes to Woods. Here's the professor. And it's off from three-point range. Raptors leading by 4. And it's Carroll in the corner. Misses the wing J.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Woods the pass to D. Here's Big Smooth. Shot clock at 6. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Carroll.
Down.
Lowry dishes to Scola. And that one hits back iron. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from D.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He's going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Out to the wing. Here's Big Smooth. Carroll covering. D. Good on the three-point shot. D's got 12 points here in the second half.
The defense got butterflies the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the clutch.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. And that one's good. And the Raptors lead by 3.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Out left to the wing. D passes to the professor. Passes it to Fresh. Park down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
I mean, you've got to have more awareness on the floor and not make those kinds of errors.
Yeah, brain fade, brain neutral error, and those will cost you.
And the Raptors call time here. They're in front by 3. 1:39 left to play here in the fourth. Outside DeRozan. And the professor picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Toronto calls timeout. They lead by 3. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. .27 left in the fourth quarter. It's DeRozan with the drive and a missed layup.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Here's the screen. Here's Woods. Nice D from DeRozan. Raptors leading by 3. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. They get the rebound. Gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Over to the left wing. D. And that one goes long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Nice numbers from Lowry. He's got 16 points and 10 assists also. The success in the assist department is carried over to the free throw line.
Boy, has he been steady at the helm today.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
It's a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Fires from deep, sinks it, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
And they'll keep possession. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. D passes to Fresh. Here's the professor, guarded by Scola. Here's Fresh. Excellent defense.
Oh my God!
Here's Toronto. They lead by 4. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Damn it!
And he is unable to get the second one. What do you think, guys?
You know what? It isn't over yet. A quick score and a foul.
And perhaps a few missed free throws, and they're right back in it. So it all has to happen fast, but it could happen.
Time for a quick bucket here.
None to waste.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Shooting for Toronto, DeMar DeRozan. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Guys, your thoughts?
And look, this one's out of reach. I don't know what they're thinking with this time.
Neither do I. I mean, maybe they're going over their plans for after the game. Who knows? But let's just get out of here.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
And so it's Toronto winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but Clark, in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt, but give him a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kyle, congratulations on this win. Tell us what the team's objective was tonight that most helped in getting this victory.
Everybody played. We all played together. We stayed, aggressive and stayed the course of the game.
Cohesiveness and aggressiveness, a pretty good combination. Thanks for the time, Kyle. Guys?
Doris, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyle Lowry. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor. Shaq, what'd you like about his game?
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
It seems like Kyle Lowry just gets better with age, and his performance tonight to show you how far